Something unusual may be developing inside the Cleveland Browns organization, and it could completely reshape the team's offense heading into the upcoming season. Over the past few weeks, the Browns have been making subtle moves that suggest the franchise is preparing for a major offensive shift. Much of that attention centers around Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback many believe the team is ready to build around. But as Cleveland begins shaping its future offense, another player suddenly finds himself under intense scrutiny. That player is Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy arrived in Cleveland with the reputation of being a polished route runner and a receiver capable of becoming a major weapon in the passing game. Yet recent rumors and speculation have raised new questions about his role on the team. Reports suggest the Browns could still be exploring options to strengthen their wide receiver group. At the same time, videos of Jeudy grinding through intense off-season workouts have started circulating. And that raises a big question. Is Jerry Jeudy preparing for the breakout season everyone once expected, or fighting to prove he still belongs in Cleveland's future offense? As the Browns continue shaping their offense for the upcoming season, the spotlight around Jerry Jeudy is starting to grow stronger. When Jeudy joined Cleveland, expectations were naturally high. He came into the league with a reputation as one of the most technically skilled route runners among young receivers. His ability to change direction quickly, create separation, and run precise routes made him an exciting addition to any offense. Many fans believed he had the potential to eventually become a key playmaker for the Browns. But the NFL is a league where expectations change quickly. Every offseason, teams evaluate their rosters and look for ways to improve. And when a franchise begins building around a young quarterback, the pressure on offensive weapons becomes even greater. Receivers are expected to help that quarterback succeed by consistently getting open and delivering big plays when opportunities appear. Right now, Cleveland appears to be doing exactly that, examining every piece of its offense. With Shedeur Sanders expected to take on a larger role in the team's offensive plans, the Browns are looking closely at the wide receiver room. Quarterbacks perform best when they have reliable targets who can stretch the field and turn routine passes into explosive gains. Because of that, speculation has started circulating that Cleveland may still be exploring ways to strengthen the position. One name that has appeared in conversations among analysts is Cardell Tate, a highly regarded receiver prospect who many believe could eventually develop into a true #1 wide receiver. It's important to note that these discussions are still speculative, and draft rumors often appear around multiple teams during the offseason. However, even speculation like this can create pressure. If the Browns were to add another receiver with elite potential, the structure of the passing attack could change quickly. A new player entering the offense could compete for targets and potentially shift the hierarchy inside the wide receiver room. For Jerry Jeudy, that possibility carries major implications. Instead of simply preparing for the season, he may now be preparing to prove that he deserves a central role in the offense. Wide receivers often define their value through production, and every catch, yard, and touchdown can influence how coaches and executives view their long-term role. That growing pressure might explain why Jeudy's offseason preparation has started attracting so much attention. Because if Cleveland really is planning changes to its receiving group, the next season could determine whether Jeudy becomes one of the main weapons in the Browns' offense, or just another player fighting to hold onto his spot. As the pressure around his role continues to grow, Jerry Jeudy's offseason preparation has started attracting serious attention. During the NFL offseason, most players focus on refining specific parts of their game. Some concentrate on strength training, others work on conditioning, and many spend time improving the technical skills that define their position. But when a player knows competition may be increasing, the intensity of those workouts often becomes noticeable. That appears to be the case with Judy. Recently, several training clips and reports have surfaced showing him pushing through demanding drills, designed to sharpen the skills that made him such a highly regarded receiver when he first entered the league. Speed, explosiveness, precision. In many of the clips circulating online, Judy can be seen running detailed route-running drills, practicing quick breaks and sharp directional changes that help receivers separate from defenders. Route running is one of the most important traits for a wide receiver, and Judy has always been known for his ability to create space with precise footwork. But the workouts suggest he's trying to push that skill even further. Footwork ladders, burst sprints, and cutting drills are all designed to improve the first few steps of a receiver's route. Those early movements often determine whether a defender can stay in coverage or gets left behind. Even a small improvement in acceleration can create a critical advantage during games. Judy has also been working on explosive movement drills, which help receivers accelerate quickly after the catch. In today's NFL, turning short passes into big gains is one of the fastest ways to impact a game, and receivers who can create yards after the catch become extremely valuable targets. The timing of these intense workouts hasn't gone unnoticed, because they're happening at a moment when the Browns' offense is clearly evolving. With Shedeur Sanders expected to lead the offense, the team is building a system that depends heavily on receivers who can consistently get open and deliver reliable targets. Quarterbacks naturally develop trust with receivers who run clean routes and make plays when the ball arrives. If Judy can show that he can consistently do that, he has a strong chance to become one of Sanders' most dependable weapons. But these workouts also reveal something else. They show that Judy understands the situation he's facing. Because while he continues sharpening his skills, the Browns organization may be preparing changes that could reshape the entire offense. While much of the conversation has centered around Jerry Jeudy and the wide receiver room, the Cleveland Browns appear to be working on something much bigger behind the scenes. They are quietly rebuilding the entire structure of their offense. Over the past few seasons, one of the most common criticisms surrounding the Browns has been inconsistency on the offensive side of the ball. There were moments when the passing attack looked explosive and capable of moving the ball easily, but there were also long stretches where drives stalled and the offense struggled to maintain momentum. Many analysts pointed to one major issue: quarterback protection. When a quarterback doesn't have enough time in the pocket, even the most talented receivers can struggle to make an impact. Routes take time to develop, and if defenders reach the quarterback too quickly, the play often collapses before receivers have a chance to create separation. Because of that, Cleveland has reportedly been focusing heavily on improving its offensive line. Strengthening the offensive line is one of the most effective ways to rebuild an offense. A stronger line gives the quarterback more time to read the defense and deliver accurate passes down the field. It also allows the offense to run a wider variety of plays, including deeper passing routes that require more time to develop. For a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, that extra protection could make a massive difference. Sanders has already shown the ability to extend plays and deliver precise throws when given time to operate. But like any quarterback in the NFL, his effectiveness depends heavily on the stability of the pocket. When the offensive line holds up, the quarterback can stay calm, survey the field, and make better decisions. That's exactly what the Browns appear to be trying to create. Improving the offensive line doesn't just help the quarterback. It also opens the door for the entire offense to function more effectively. A stronger line improves the running game, forces defenses to respect multiple threats, and creates more opportunities for receivers to get open down the field. In other words, fixing the offensive line could unlock the entire passing attack. And when that happens, the spotlight shifts back to the receivers. If Sanders begins getting more time to throw, the players catching those passes will have greater opportunities to create explosive plays. Receivers who can capitalize on those opportunities quickly become the most valuable pieces of the offense. But once a team starts strengthening the foundation of its offense, it often begins searching for even more weapons to maximize that advantage. And that possibility is exactly why rumors about Cleveland adding another star receiver have started gaining attention. As the Browns continue adjusting different parts of their roster, one thing has become increasingly clear. The entire direction of the offense now revolves around Shedeur Sanders. When an NFL team believes it has found its quarterback of the future, the entire strategy of the franchise begins to shift. Coaches design systems that highlight the quarterback's strengths, front offices prioritize protecting him, and offensive weapons are evaluated based on how well they can complement his style of play. That appears to be exactly what is happening in Cleveland. The Browns are entering a new phase where Sanders is expected to lead the offense and potentially become the centerpiece of the team's long-term plans. His ability to extend plays, read defenses, and deliver accurate passes has convinced many observers that the organization wants to build around his skill set. But a quarterback's success depends heavily on the players surrounding him. For a passing offense to function at a high level, receivers must be able to create separation, adjust to defensive coverages, and give the quarterback reliable targets during critical moments. Quarterbacks naturally develop trust with receivers who consistently run the right routes and make plays when the ball arrives. That trust can shape the entire offense. In many successful NFL teams, a quarterback eventually develops a strong connection with one or two primary receivers. Those players become the go-to targets when the offense needs a big play, whether it's a crucial third down conversion or a late-game scoring drive. Right now, the Browns appear to be searching for those connections. If Jerry Jeudy can establish strong chemistry with Sanders, he could become one of the key pieces of Cleveland's passing attack. His route-running ability and quick footwork give him the potential to create the type of separation quarterbacks rely on. But that role isn't guaranteed. When a team begins building its offense around a young quarterback, competition often increases among the players trying to earn the quarterback's trust. Every practice rep, every game, and every big play can influence which receivers become the most important targets. That's why the Browns' evolving offense creates both opportunity and pressure. Because as Cleveland continues shaping its system around Sanders, the receivers who prove they can make the biggest impact will ultimately define the future of the team's passing attack. Just as the Browns continue building their offense around Shedeur Sanders, another storyline has quietly started gaining momentum. The possibility that Cleveland could add a true #1 wide receiver. Across the NFL, teams constantly search for receivers who can completely change the dynamics of a passing offense. A true WR1 is often the player defenses focus on the most, the receiver capable of stretching the field, winning difficult matchups, and making explosive plays when the offense needs them most. Recently, speculation has started linking the Browns with one particular name, Cardell Tate. Tate has been widely discussed among analysts as one of the most intriguing wide receiver prospects in the upcoming draft. His size, athleticism, and ability to create big plays have made him a player many teams are studying closely. Some observers believe he has the potential to develop into a true top target at the professional level. Now, it's important to remember that these conversations remain speculative. Draft rumors appear around nearly every team during the offseason, and front offices often evaluate dozens of players before making their final decisions. Still, when a certain name continues appearing in connection with a team, it usually means scouts and executives are at least considering the possibility. If the Browns were to draft a receiver like Tate, the impact on the offense could be immediate. A highly talented rookie often enters the league with significant expectations, and quarterbacks tend to rely on players who can consistently create separation and produce big plays. If a new receiver quickly proves capable of doing that, the structure of the passing attack can shift very quickly. That's where the situation becomes interesting for Jerry Jeudy. Adding another elite receiver could bring both advantages and challenges. On one hand, having another dangerous target on the field forces defenses to spread their coverage, which could create better matchups for Jeudy. But on the other hand, it also increases competition. Targets are limited in any offense. And when a new playmaker enters the system, every receiver must prove they deserve their share of opportunities. Players who produce the biggest plays naturally earn the quarterback's trust and receive more chances to impact the game. That's why the rumors surrounding Cleveland's potential interest in another receiver are being watched so closely. Because if the Browns do bring in a new star wideout, the battle for the top spot in the offense could suddenly become one of the most intriguing storylines of the entire season. With all the speculation surrounding Cleveland's offense, one reality is becoming harder to ignore. The upcoming season could become a turning point in Jerry Jeudy's career. In the NFL, players often reach moments where opportunity and pressure collide. Teams constantly evaluate their rosters, and when a franchise begins building around a young quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, every offensive weapon must prove they deserve a place in that vision. For wide receivers, production is the ultimate measure. Coaches and quarterbacks look for players who can consistently get open, make difficult catches, and deliver in critical moments. The receivers who produce those plays naturally become the most trusted targets in the offense. That's exactly the opportunity standing in front of Jeudy. From the moment he entered the league, Jeudy carried the reputation of being one of the most polished route runners among young receivers. His ability to change direction quickly and create separation from defenders made him a dangerous target at every level of the field. Now the Browns are hoping that skill set can translate into consistent production. If Jeudy can build strong chemistry with Sanders and become one of the quarterback's most reliable targets, he could secure a central role in Cleveland's offense for years to come. Quarterbacks naturally develop trust with receivers who consistently make plays, especially in high-pressure situations like third downs or red zone opportunities. Those moments often determine which receivers become the focal point of a passing attack. But the opposite outcome is also possible. If the Browns' offense continues evolving and Jeudy struggles to stand out, the team may feel even more motivated to pursue another elite receiver. Franchises that are building around a young quarterback rarely hesitate to upgrade positions if they believe it will help their offense reach the next level. That's why this season carries so much weight. Jeudy isn't just competing against defenders on the field. He's competing against expectations, rumors, and the possibility that Cleveland could still be searching for a true number one receiver. Every catch, every big play, and every game will help shape how the Browns view the future of their wide receiver room. And as the season approaches, one question continues to hover over the team. Is Jerry Jeudy about to deliver the breakout year everyone once expected? Or will the Browns begin searching for someone else to become Shedeur Sanders' top weapon? As the Browns continue putting these pieces together, a much bigger picture is starting to emerge. Cleveland isn't just making small adjustments to the roster. The team appears to be building an entirely new offensive identity. For several seasons, the Browns struggled to find consistency on offense. There were games where the attack looked explosive and capable of moving the ball with ease, but there were also long stretches where the offense stalled and struggled to generate big plays. Fans often questioned whether the team had a clear vision for how it wanted to move the ball down the field. Now that vision appears to be changing. With Shedeur Sanders stepping into the spotlight as the quarterback the organization wants to build around, the Browns seem ready to embrace a faster and more aggressive passing attack. Sanders has shown the ability to extend plays, stay calm under pressure, and deliver accurate throws when given time in the pocket. Those traits allow coaches to design a much more dynamic offensive system. But a quarterback alone can't create an explosive offense. For a passing attack to truly thrive, it needs receivers who can stretch the field, win one-on-one matchups, and turn routine plays into big gains. That's why the Browns have been examining their wide receiver room so closely while they reshape the offense. They are looking for players who can fit into this evolving system. Speed, separation, explosiveness. Those qualities are becoming essential for receivers in Cleveland's offense. The goal is to build a passing attack capable of producing big plays while forcing defenses to constantly adjust their coverage. In a system like this, wide receivers play a crucial role. Receivers who can create space and make plays after the catch become some of the most valuable players in the offense. When those players succeed, they open opportunities for the quarterback and force defenses to spread their attention across the field. For Jerry Jeudy, this new offensive identity presents both opportunity and pressure. His route-running ability and quick footwork could fit perfectly into a faster passing attack. If he can consistently create separation and deliver explosive plays, he could become one of the central pieces of the Browns' offense. But if another receiver emerges as a better fit for the system, the competition for targets could intensify quickly. Because when a team commits to building a powerful passing offense, the players who make the biggest plays are the ones who secure their place in the future. And as Cleveland continues shaping this new identity, one question remains at the center of it all. Will Jerry Jeudy rise to become one of the key weapons in the Browns' offense, or will someone else step forward to claim that role? When you step back and look at everything happening in Cleveland, one thing becomes clear. The upcoming season could become the defining moment of Jerry Jeudy's career with the Browns. The organization is rebuilding its offense around Shedeur Sanders, strengthening the offensive line, and exploring ways to add explosive weapons to the passing game. All of these moves signal that Cleveland is serious about creating a dynamic offense capable of competing at a high level. But when teams reshape their system like this, every player has to prove they belong in that vision. For Jeudy, this season represents more than just another opportunity to play. It's a chance to show that he can become the receiver Sanders relies on when the offense needs a big play. It's a chance to prove that the talent and potential he showed earlier in his career can translate into consistent production. Because in the NFL, production answers every question. If Jeudy delivers the breakout season many fans have been waiting for, he could lock himself in as one of the most important weapons in Cleveland's offense for years to come. But if the Browns decide they still need a new star receiver, the entire structure of the passing attack could change. And that's why the upcoming season might be the most important chapter yet in Jerry Jeudy's journey with the Browns.